So, what is AI even for? Well, I'm very bullish on AI, obviously, despite a lot of the doom and gloom talk about how it's going to replace everybody or it's going to put people out of jobs or it steals from artists, all of that kind of stuff. I don't buy into any of it. For me, it's here to amplify our potential. And one way to look at that is that AI follows what seems to be this universal principle of the 80-20 rule. So, what it looks like to me is that in anything that you do, you've heard that old phrase about how 20% of your effort gets you 80% of the results that you want. And another way to look at it is that you hear people say about how you need to specialize and focus on what you do best and delegate the rest. That's what AI allows you to do. AI allows you to focus on just the stuff that you do the best and delegate the rest to the AI. So if you're able to focus on just the aspects that need your unique voice and creativity, that is the human element that AI can't replicate staying in the thing. And then you're freeing up your time and your focus to make the stuff that is the truest expression of you as great as it can be without getting distracted by the technicalities of all the other stuff that doesn't need your unique and special human touch, right? So the part that 80% that AI does really well is how it relieves friction, throughput, right? You can ship just more stuff. Stuff just goes faster. Preparation, reduction, acceleration. All of these are ideas that are mechanical, that are about the tools, that AI lets you just speed through a lot of what used to be very, very painstaking. We'd have to hire specialists to take care of, but the people out front who get all of the credit and take a bow for having the brilliant ideas, that stays there. So now you can focus more time on being that than on the journeyman craftspeople job of doing the mechanical work that now the AI can do. Now, the critical part where AI cannot replace you is in areas like authorship, judgment, taste, meaning. These are all the areas where the human creativity is what not only is the most important, but it's what the AI can't replicate, will never be able to replicate. And a lot of what you see online is a lot of overreach and substituting technical brilliance for voice. You know, there's a lot of videos out there that are like technically beautiful, wonderful to look at, a thrill, right? They look just like the most expensive stuff Hollywood could make. But that's now like the baseline expectation of what AI can do, right? That's just like the table stakes. That's just showing up now. So what's going to be the edge? Well, that's going to be the human creativity part that can't be replicated. And what a lot of people do, either because they don't have any ideas or they're not that creative, or probably more likely, in a world where everybody's staring at screens and addicted to their phones all day, nobody wants to take the time that it takes to like be bored and let life go by and let your mind wander and find that breakthrough idea. Let it naturally come to you, right? Put your phone down and go for a walk once in a while, this kind of thing. It just seems that there's very, very few people that want to do the hard work of rallying, cultivating a life full of varied experiences that are going to stimulate these ideas that are going to break through, right? This is also why I would encourage you not to just like spend all of your time making AI short clips and pumping them out, pumping them out, pumping out. And that whole idea of just trying to be like putting stuff out there all the time. Like, oh, it might work for you. You might get hired by brands and whatnot. That could be a really great thing for you. But if you are interested in these ideas of higher level creativity that I'm getting at, then what you want to do is you want to have a lot of diverse experiences. Go see a lot of different stuff. Try to just be out and about as much as you can. Live some, get inspired, take that inspiration, and use AI to express your unique point of view on the world in a way that nobody else could. And the robots and machines definitely never could. Now, the consequence of ignoring this advice is you end up with work that's generic and hollow, weightless, replaceable, and ultimately pointless. I'm the kind of artist where I kind of don't really care what brilliant technical feat somebody could pull off if there's no heart and meaning in something like true and artful and something that somebody's heart is singing about this. You know what I mean? That's what I want. And I think that's why a lot of this, what is kind of going on in the culture and what people consume and why, like so many people don't watch TV anymore, but they watch hours and hours and hours of content on YouTube and social media, right? We crave authenticity. What I think a lot about is how AI is making it so that we can all have our own niche, our own stuff that we consume. And if the robots are generating content for people on the fly, for them personally, based on their preferences and their viewing habits, what then becomes this thing that's clearly deep down in our DNA, the shared experience of, the storyteller around the campfire, that whole thing, right? That's what evolved over many centuries to become going to the movies, this blockbuster entertainment, big TV events, that, the monoculture, all that kind of stuff, all came out of that thing of storytelling. We want to have the shaman telling us the wisdom, you know what I mean? What's going to stand in for that in the AI age, I feel like, is going to be the people who have the ideas that cut through, and AI is merely the vehicle to get that idea across.